Good morning, everyone. My name is Gregg Bishop. I'm the Commissioner of the New York City Department of Small Business Services. I'm thrilled to be here in Seoul today on behalf of the New York City government and administration of Mayor Bill de Blasio. I want to extend my deep thanks to the organizers of the Sustainable Fashion Summit, to the Seoul Design Foundation, and to the Seoul City government, in particular Mayor Park Won-soon. Thank you for the invitation to speak here and for your gracious hospitality. This is my first time in Seoul, and I've been very impressed with the culture and the people, and I thank you for everything that you've done so far. As the head of the Department of Small Business Services, or SBS, I lead an agency that aims to unlock economic potential and create economic security for the 8.4 million people who call New York City home. This is a mission that's shared by all New York City agencies, and as my boss, Mayor Bill de Blasio, has tasked us with a singular charge to fight inequality and create a city where everyone has the opportunity to rise together. At the Department of Small Business Services, we contribute to this effort via a three-part portfolio of diverse, free services which aim to bring the benefits of our thriving economy to every corner and every resident of the city. First, we support small businesses as they start, operate, and grow, including services targeted to the city's thousands of immigrant entrepreneurs and minority and women-owned businesses. Second, we train prospective employees with in-demand skills and help them to land quality jobs with growth potential so that they may enjoy a long, well-paying career. And finally, we are responsible for fostering thriving neighborhoods by actively investing millions of dollars in neighborhood organizations to build stronger business communities and improve commercial corridors. Alongside our sister agencies and community partners, we are part of the innovative citywide development strategy that is committed to bringing valuable services to businesses and residents alike in order to ensure our economy is inclusive and therefore economically sustainable. As outlined in the city's strategic plan called One New York City, an inclusive economy means protecting core industries essential to maintaining our leading role in the global economy, focusing on growing sectors that create good-paying jobs and supporting emerging industries. One important example of these core industries and the reason why we are all here today is New York fashion. The fashion industry in New York holds an important place in my city's culture and the industry on a global level, both in terms of economic output and design and influence, and will serve as a good lens through which we can look at economic development in the city. New York is home to nearly 1 out of every 3 fashion designers working in the United States. Taking into account design, manufacturing, and retail, the industry generates more than 175,000 jobs, or almost 5% of all private sector jobs in New York City. And though I'm still waiting for my invitation to the catwalk, New York's famed Fashion Week attracts over 150,000 attendees to more than 500 fashion shows each year. This 1 week generates $600 million in direct visitor spending per year. And in total, the fashion industry provides more than $3 billion in revenue. Because of the strong economic impact, New York City government is committed to nurturing the fashion industry and other manufacturing sectors to ensure they continue to operate and grow within our 5 boroughs through tailored investments in businesses at every phase of the production pipeline. And in pursuit of our goal of an equitable, inclusive New York economy, it's equally important to align these investments in these sectors with programs that create career pathways for underemployed New Yorkers and job seekers with low educational attainment by ensuring access to training and other opportunities for career advancement. This is an approach we take across all economic sectors, though I will take this opportunity today to highlight the work we are specifically doing to sustain the fashion industry for years to come. New York City's economic development agencies, of which SBS is one, are committed to fostering and supporting a dynamic, diverse fashion ecosystem through a variety of pathways. My partners at the New York City Economic Development Corporation, EDC, have 2 premier initiatives dedicated to the fashion sector. The first, Made in New York Fashion, celebrates and strengthens New York City's fashion design community, which serves as a pipeline to manufacturers and artisans locally and around the world. Made in New York offers a suite of programs that fortify and unite locally based designers while also bringing awareness of the economic impact of supporting and purchasing locally to ensure New York City dollars are being spent on New York City businesses. Working in collaboration with the private sector, Made in New York is responsible for creating, developing, and implementing an array of specific programs for fashion design, manufacturing, and education, and serves as an anchor for all facets of the city's fashion landscape in order to strengthen its sense of community. The initiative's goal is to capitalize on the fashions world, increasing support for local entrepreneurs, enterprises, and local consumption. The mission is to make people aware of not only the beauty of their clothing, but also of the economic impact of supporting and purchasing clothes that are predominantly designed, embellished, finished, or manufactured in New York City. EDC also spearheads the Fashion Manufacturing Initiative, or FMI, a partnership with the Council of Fashion Designers of America that provides innovation grants to local fashion manufacturers and with the specific aim of encouraging new manufacturing startups right in New York City. And since the beginning in 2013, the Fashion Manufacturing Initiative has awarded over $3.5 million in grants to 33 New York City-based fashion manufacturers. The initiative likewise provides a series of programs and collaborations to support grant recipients and the New York City manufacturing community in general, hosting events in partnership with industry leaders and experts. Finally, the partnership has resulted in the creation of a user-friendly, searchable online database that catalogs New York City production companies to connect designers to local factories, providing designers an important knowledge resource to help keep production and therefore jobs and tax dollars within the city limits. The work of our partners at the Economic Development Corporation complements the work of my own agency, the Department of Small Business Services, in many ways. As the name of the agency suggests, we are focused on small businesses, those with 125 employees or less, of which there are more than 230,000 in New York City. These businesses are essential to the local economy and to the character of neighborhoods, but they are also essential to its fashion economy, as it is the small fashion startups of today that will preserve New York's fashion tradition for the future. And at SBS, we aim to make this future sustainable and economically transformative for New York's residents. As we know firsthand how small business ownerships and entrepreneurship provide opportunities for individuals to strengthen their own economic security and provide jobs for members of their communities. And to this end, my agency operates a network of 7 NYC Business Solution Centers that provide free, high-quality services to help small businesses start, operate, and grow. We help businesses access capital, navigate government regulations, and connect them to employee recruitment services. Just this past year, SBS Business Development Team served more than 20,000 unique businesses. Our Capital Access Service connected these businesses to more than $76 million in financing. That $76 million resulted from a wide array of efforts, from building a business's capacity through courses, personally matching owners with the most appropriate lenders for their needs, and business profile, assisting them with preparing their applications, and creating the business plans and projections in order to present their information to lenders in the most persuasive way possible. We also tailor these business development programs for specific constituencies and industries. Via We NYC, which is a women entrepreneurship initiative, we target services for women entrepreneurs. We pay special attention to the unique needs of women who are doing business in New York City. Women entrepreneurs are key economic actors, building businesses that support families, uplift communities, and generate jobs. While there are almost 200,000 women entrepreneurs in New York, and women contribute approximately $50 billion annually in revenue, according to our research, men own 1.5 times the number of businesses and have 3.5 times the number of employees and generate 4.5 times the amount of revenue. So We NYC has researched the reasons for this gender gap and developed tailored programs and tools with women entrepreneurs through user testing and intensive feedback efforts to create an initiative that connects women entrepreneurs with the resource, education, and community they need to thrive. And to date, we have served more than 5,000 women through We NYC events, workshops, mentorship programs, and this summer, New York City was rated the best city in the world for women entrepreneurs. Our work within the We NYC portfolio has brought us into fashion. In the spring of this year, We NYC partnered with the Brooklyn Public Library's Business and Career Centers on their annual Brooklyn Fashion Academy. The Brooklyn Fashion Academy is a program that seeks to provide designers with the tools necessary to create a viable fashion line. Through this initiative, 15 aspiring women designers developed a miniature fall and winter collection of 4 pieces through a combination of courses, access to materials, and equipment. And we NYC partnered with the program by hosting our signature We Connect mentor sessions at the Central Library with a variety of fashion entrepreneurs, including the founders of companies like Genostyle, Boot Band, and Parissa Wang. We NYC also collaborated on 2 fashion-focused events, including a panel discussion on brick-and-mortar retail versus e-commerce sales solutions, and a capstone fashion show that had over 400 people in attendance and a line out the door. And even though we organized it, I somehow did not get an invitation to walk in that fashion show. So I guess they just don't want me. We work to help sustain these creative industries both up and down the production stream, as designers need manufacturers who can ultimately produce their work. In this vein, we take the same care to tailor our programs to specific economic sectors as we do demographic-specific communities, by offering a range of specialized assistance to industrial and manufacturing business. Via our Industrial Business Services Provider Program, we have designed services to help industrial businesses start and grow with a focus on the special needs of manufacturing, construction, transportation, wholesale, utility, and production businesses. We help these industrial businesses, whether at the startup or growth phase, by reviewing business plans, identifying incubator spaces, connecting them to financing and money-saving incentives, and helping them navigate government rules and regulations, and recruiting and training employees. To the last point, as part of our workforce development efforts, SBS has convened the Manufacturing and Industrial Innovation Council, a specialized partnership with leading businesses in the manufacturing, wholesale trade, and transportation and warehousing sectors. The partnership works in 4 ways: to organize and activate the industrial business community, to meet demand for skilled workers by working with businesses to co-develop talent and training, to engage city government to address policy and regulatory solutions, and to ensure that industry leaders and our workforce are ready for the future to minimize the disruption of increased automation and data technology. This innovative and collaborative approach helps the business community is one that we apply across many other sectors of our diverse local economy, including the technology, healthcare, food and beverage, and construction sectors, using businesses' expert knowledge to inform and maximize government investments in our workforce. These workforce investments can take many forms as we engage people at many stages of their working lives. Just this month, our Manufacturing and Industrial Innovation Council hosted a series of events for the local manufacturing league, which included programs to engage high schoolers and young people to raise the awareness of at an early age, that manufacturing production jobs are still viable in New York City. More importantly, these jobs can offer a financially and intellectually rewarding career, particularly as the sector continues to take on today's most pressing environmental concerns. In this way, our investments in an innovative, sustainable economy will hopefully someday lead to further developments in innovative, sustainable production, such as those we will no doubt be hearing about later at this conference. But this is just one part of the workforce strategy and infrastructure that we manage. First and foremost, we operate the city's network of 18 Workforce One centers, where we connect New York job seekers with an employment opportunity, in-person training, and a variety of other professional development services. Each year, we connect more than 25,000 New Yorkers to employment and nearly 4,000 New Yorkers to training. And part of these training efforts include our customized training program, an application-based grant program which provides eligible businesses up to $400,000 to invest directly in the training of their employees on new technology and equipment. Business owners choose the training they know their employees need, and then the city covers up to 70% of that cost. Better trained employees earn more money and help a business stay competitive by being up to date with the newest technology. In 2017, we awarded one such grant to Zarin Fabrics, which is the largest source of discounted designer fabric in New York City and the region. Established in 1936, this third-generation family-owned business used their grant money to train employees on new software and inventory systems, helping support their continued success on the city's Lower East Side. With the changing landscape of fashion design and manufacturing technology, there is much potential for our customized training program to benefit fashion businesses in the future, and we're working closely with the Made in New York Fashion Initiative to expand our applicant pool. As I think I've made it clear, SBS does not work alone. I've already discussed the work we do with other government partners and business leaders, but we also rely on the expertise of local on-the-ground nonprofit partners who are essential to helping us address the unique challenges faced by New York City's diverse neighborhoods and businesses. To that end, SBS oversees the largest network of business improvement districts in the country, with 76 bids delivering more than $150 million in services to 93,000 businesses. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, a business improvement district is a geographical area where local stakeholders oversee and fund the maintenance, improvement, and promotion of the commercial district through a variety of services funded by a special assessment. SBS oversees and provides the bid network with other community development organizations with technical assistance, grant opportunities, and capacity building services, further strengthening the direct connection between our agency and our small businesses. The Business Improvement District of special importance to the fashion industry is the Garment District Alliance, which was formed in 1993 to improve the quality of life and economic vitality of Manhattan's Garment District, the historic center of New York's fashion industry. Funded by 575 property owners and over 6,500 businesses, the Garment District Alliance works in partnership with businesses, civic and government leaders to make the neighborhood clean, safe, while strengthening local firms. In addition to maintenance and security services, the bid also beautifies the neighborhood, which ranges from seasonal plantings and street furniture that line the pedestrian plazas to creating the Fashion Walk of Fame and the famous giant button and needle sculpture on Fashion Avenue. Perhaps more importantly, each year the Garment District Alliance conducts a detailed survey of all 6,000 companies doing business in the district so that we know exactly who's operating, how to promote them, and which types of new businesses to attract to both maintain old industries and develop the necessary economic diversity for a sustainable future. In this way, the Garment District Alliance has been positioned as a proud and longtime supporter of New York City's fashion industry, helping to maintain the area's unique role in fashion manufacturing, particularly in the face of increased real estate development pressure, while unleashing the neighborhood's full economic potential to benefit new businesses and local residents. As I hope I've made clear, New York City is working hard to strengthen its economy so that it benefits all of its residents regardless of their socio-economic background. We invest in programs for all people, whether they are a business owner or a job seeker, whether they are a startup or a generations-old family business, whether they are a young person with no experience or someone later in their career and looking for a new skill. And while I think our reputation as an international economic and cultural hub precedes us, I want you to know that New York City is always open to new business and new ideas, and I hope to see some of you setting up shop there very soon. Whether in New York or here in Seoul, I am always very happy to share the lessons learned from our holistic approach to business, workforce, and neighborhood development with investments made at all levels of the local economy, and that New York City serves an example for sustainable economic development worldwide. Through collaboration, innovation, and inclusion, we are making a 21st century economy that serves all New Yorkers and economic sectors, the fashion industry included. Remember, sustainability and inclusion are always in fashion. Thank you very much.